You're as cold as ice. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know the rest of the words. So there's a picture up on my IG of one Jared Goff, the former number one pick of the draft. Dan Campbell is doubling down and saying he is better in Detroit than he was with the Rams, and he went to a Super Bowl with the Rams where they lost 13-3 to the Patriots. He's wearing ice. I don't know what it says. It says curb. I don't know what it says on there. He's got a lot of ice around his neck. He's got a nice watch. And I thought that was a funny picture today. He's got these glasses on, and he is all iced up, blinged out, whatever you want to call it. Now, there's a guy I talked to, Jason. Jason always gives me fantastic stuff. And today we got talking. So I want to lead off with Jason because Jason also, he is trying to start a streak for his Padres. Both his kids are wearing the City Connect jerseys, I think, that look more like if I had an ice cream truck, that's what I would put on the jersey. So I said, Jason, we're going to start off with you. He likes the Giannis Anti-Get-a-Poodle Twitter account. He said the dude analyzes swings on video, talks metrics. He ripped the GM AJ Preller a new one a couple of nights ago in a long thread. I'm impressed when fans know that much. And he sent me a tweet. So, yesterday, Gary Sanchez hit his third home run with the Padres. 2-run homer. They won 6-0 last night. And, they're still under 500. They're not playing great baseball right now. But he sent me a tweet. Dennis Lynn from Blake Snell, who pitched last night, said, Gary Sanchez, I've always heard about him offensively, but I love him. He blocked like a 97-mile-per-hour fastball in the dirt. I threw a curveball, and it hit the grass, and he blocked it. I mean, I don't see the problem. And that's what, and I said to him, I said, Jason, it's like the phrase, some persons, one man riches is another man. He goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And he said, we haven't had good catchers. Nola was not hitting. He said that, so I said, well, you have two good catchers. I go, two. And the 17-year-old Ethan Salas, the one we talked about, who is now in single A, that said he could be up by 20. I hope he's up sooner. I mean, I think the guy has a lot of talent already. You could just see this kid's very talented. What do you get? Almost $6 million for the international draft. So the guy, and then they have Luis Camposano. He's really good. He's on the IL right now. So now he says you have Sanchez, you have Camposano when he comes back up. He thinks they'll be better. And, I said to him that, he wasn't very good with the Yankees, Sanchez, a lot of pass balls. He said, I think it's all perspective. He said, his Padres haven't had a passable catcher for like 3 years. They didn't even have the bare minimum. I said, okay, well, you got a point there. And he said, I hate to say it, but Salas may be trade bait for Ohtani. He says the owner, really, Seidler, wants Ohtani bad, really bad. And that, he thinks they could put Salas in a package deal for him, which I think he should be untouchable. Salas should be a guy they should hold on to. You don't trade guys like that, especially Ohtani's, I know, what's he, 30? I mean, you don't get rid of a 17-year-old that could be, a franchise pillar for a decade. You don't get good catchers every day. They don't just fall out of the woodwork. They don't fall from trees. But we'll see what happens. He says, everyone says the Dodgers, but I keep an eye out. He said, Jason, they'll have the highest payroll and still be below 500, the Padres. Then he brought up the Babe Ruth special. Let's hope there's not another curse. He says, is the Angels owner, which, I mean, listen, Trout hasn't won anything. They got Pujols for all those years. They haven't won anything. Ohtani, they haven't won anything. And he brought up Nono Nanette. So, you've heard about the Curse of the Bambino. So I looked it up because he sent it to me, and I remember all this. The musical that allegedly helped, the trade of Ruth helped pay for Nono Nanette. That is not true. That Lee Monfield discovered during research, the Big Band, The Life and Times of Babe Ruth, that Nono Nanette had originated as a non-musical stage play called My Lady Friends, which opened on Broadway in December 1919. That play had indeed been financed by the Ruth sale to the Yankees, so it wasn't true. It was claimed that producer Harry Frazee, a former owner of the Red Sox, financed Nono Nanette by selling baseball superstar Babe Ruth to the Yankees, resulting in the Curse of Bambino, which, kept them from winning a championship from 1918 until 2004. The story was partially debunked on the grounds that the sale of Ruth had occurred 5 years earlier. So it really wasn't. But I thought that was interesting. And Jason's always witty. He's always got quick stuff, repartee, all that. And I love that about him. And, he said, I hope the Pods don't give them a run for the money, with, all this stuff, with the money you want to get wins. That's what I agree, and, everybody's going to go after Ohtani. Who would want to play in San Diego? Gary Sanchez has to be ecstatic playing in San Diego. I mean, they're not playing well right now. The Padres right now are, let me look at the MLB standings, which I had. MLB standings right now, the National League, the Padres are 28-32, 7 games back. They are, they're 5-5 the last 10. They're at home, they're 14-17. They're 14-15. Not getting it done right now. Not getting it done. They're 7 games back of the Diamondbacks. Actually, Diamondbacks and Dodgers are tied. How about the Pirates in first place, half a game over the Brewers? Gotta love that. Reds beat the Brewers. But I digress. Back to Jason. So he talked about Xander Bogaerts' wrist is hurt. He may be headed for off-season surgery. Started so hot. And then there was another tweet he sent me, Jason, from Giannis Antetokounmpo. So before he was hit by pitch, it's interesting. Bogaerts and Machado both hit by pitches this season. Xander was hitting 347, 422 on base, 556 slugging. Afterwards, 204, 294 on base, and 303 slugging. And it's weird because he hit a home run 2 days after, and his expected stats were fine for a while until this recent slide. The thing that worries Giannis is that his K rate has skyrocketed. And I said, I keep saying, how are they? This was a stacked team. This is a team that went to the NLCS last year, and they're just playing poorly. And he said, Machado, 3 hits last night, which was good off the IL. They went 14 games without him, 6-8.